Thanks to Honda North for letting me borrow their cat for a few days. Much appreciated. I'll still be ripping into the car when it's a naughty cat though, as I'll always be straightforward and honest. As always, these are totally my opinions and your mileage may vary. I'll be comparing this to the MG4 a bit as it's in the same price bracket, and I tested that recently too. Check out my other video. I haven't had the chance to drive the Dolphin yet, but I look forward to it. If you don't want to watch the rest of the video, I'll save you some time. The Ora is great, especially for the price. Not fantastic like a Tesla, but great. The base model for 40k has all the features you need, good quality materials, great drive, fantastic warranty, fair service costs, decent software with some quirks which can and should be improved. I prefer the Ora over the base MG4 and the base Dolphin, which are both around 40k as well. The base MG is a fantastic drive, but doesn't have all the features. You have to pay an extra $9,000 to get the same features as the base Ora Cat. And the base Dolphin has all the features but a weak motor. You have to pay another $6,000 for the decent motor with a better battery. Definitely check the Ora Cat out. Okay, on with the rest of the review. Bye to everyone who's leaving now. Please subscribe. Here in Australia, the standard range Ora has a 48 kilowatt LFP battery pack for $310,000 of WLTP range. And that's for $39,990 before on-road costs. The long range has a 63 kilowatt hour NMC battery pack with 420 kilometers of WLTP range for $45,990 before on-road costs. DC charging is a bit slower than the MG4 and Dolphin, but AC charging is pretty good at 11 kilowatts. An EV is only as good as its batteries. Hello LG Chem and GM Bolt. I did some research on the batteries for the Ora, and they are from a subsidiary of GWM's called Svolt. I kind of raised my eyebrows at that a bit, but further research showed me that Svolt are right up there in their R&D and quality with CATL and BYD. They developed the first cobalt-free battery, are the first to produce 20 amp hour solid-state batteries with an energy density of 340 to 400 watt hours per kilogram. So that could actually mean a 1,000 kilometer battery is close, but of course it will cost a hell of a lot of money. Svolt have R&D centers in the USA, Japan, South Korea, India, and China. They already have one battery plant in Germany, obviously apart from the Chinese plants. The battery plant in Germany is near Tesla, and they have another one in Germany on the way. Back to the Catmobile. There's also an Ultra and GT version of the Ora on the way. They both have 63 kilowatt hour battery packs for $48,990 and $51,990 respectively before on-road costs. On-road costs in Australia are about $3,000. This is for licensing and registration, but they vary from state to state. So it's called the Ora Good Cat in China, the Ora Funky Cat in Europe, but here in Australia and New Zealand it's just called Ora. Very boring. So I might call it Catwoman or Sexy Cat. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Apparently they can't even badge it as the Funky Cat in the UK anymore, as Caterpillar, who make mining trucks, etc., put in a copyright claim because they don't want Ora calling it a cat there. I can totally see the resemblance. Exterior design of the Ora was by Emanuel Derta, who designed at Fiat, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and Porsche, amongst others. And you can definitely see the Porsche 356 and Porsche 911 references. I call the Ora Funky Good Cat a squished Porsche. It also has Mini vibes as well. And that's no accident, because BMW have a joint venture with GWM to build the next electric Mini, which is based on the same platform as the Ora. How much the Mini team have contributed to the Ora design, I don't know. Here's some pics of the next Mini Electric, shown off recently in Germany. Remember, this Mini and the Ora share the exact same electric platform. How you think it looks is a very personal thing, and personally, I love the Ora. It's different, future retro, and fun looking. It definitely has a big butt.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
The weak point of the Ora is the boot size of 228 litres. If you have 2 kids and a lot of gear to carry around for them, or 2 kids in a pram, forget it. Get the MG4, add a 3, Model Y, whatever. 1 kid in a pram is doable, you just fold down one of the 60/40 seats. Some have been saying that the boot having quite a big lip is a negative. Initially I was thinking the same, and then after using it a fair bit, I actually came to appreciate it a lot more. The depth is there because it's a front-wheel drive and they had a lot more room in the boot for a sub-trunk. But why bother with that extra hassle of a false floor to get to the sub-trunk? Just let us have access to all that depth straight away. So I say good choice by Ora. For an EV built from the ground up on a new platform, it's very disappointing, as with many other EVs, that there is no storage space under the bonnet. Surely a little more time spent on configuring the engine bay to have some decent storage space is possible. All the other EV manufacturers, except for Tesla, need to step up their game. Step inside and immediately you can see and feel the quality. Literally, it looks and feels really good. I could stroke this cat all day. I love the two-tone interior, which is only on the Aurora green version in Australia. So the red, white, blue and black cats here in Australia all have black interiors with blue stitching, which is still really nice. When you look at pictures and video of the cat on the internet, the car looks much smaller than in real life. To really get a true sense of its size and roominess, you have to see it in person. It's got 18-inch wheels and yet they look small on this video. Get the idea? It's a lot bigger than you think, and I bet it would hold 1,000 cats. And here are the buttons that were stolen from the old Mini. Both front seats are electric, and there are a myriad of safety and other features which both short-range and long-range cats have. Like I said, the only difference between the two are the battery size, whereas with the MG4, you have to spend another $9,000 to get all the same features. As I said, it is really roomy. The designers prioritized people space as opposed to luggage space. It's very comfortable for adults in the front and rear. I had 2 adults in the front and 3 kids, 17, 15 and 8 years old, in the back, and they weren't killing each other for once. There's also a drop-down armrest and cup holder in the back for when you have 2 people there. The car has a 5-star ANCAP rating, which includes having a ton of safety features such as lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, etc. Here are the main safety features. There's a link to the full details in the description. In the UK, many reviewers complained about the over-eager safety features. I think GWM listened, as apart from the odd beep when I was too close to a traffic lane line, it wasn't being a bitchy cat at all. I really tried my hardest to get the driver monitor to shout at me to wake up and look at the bloody road, but nothing. Another thing they've not brought to Australia are the voice controls or the phone app, which I think is a really crappy decision, and I hope they change their minds on this. It's much easier to just say, "Hello, Ora, turn fan up to 3, than it is to actually reach around and do it on the screen. And who doesn't like a car app on their phone to pretend they have something a little bit like a Tesla? Also, it might actually be handy to see the charge limit or unlock the car or whatever via the app. Bring the app and voice to Australia, Ora. Apple CarPlay is already here in Australia, while they are still waiting for it in the UK. Android Auto, that's the Japanese version, Android Auto will apparently be available via an update in February in Australia. Why can't I say February properly? Unfortunately, we don't get over-the-air updates. You have to take it into the dealer. The drive is lovely and smooth, as you'd expect from any EV, pretty much. There isn't a lot of difference in feel between any of the modes that I could tell, e.g. normal and sport. You get a really cool sound when you press sport though. But the car is fun and nimble in any mode and goes around corners very well, but nowhere near as well as the MG4, to be fair. Acceleration is very good, about half a second slower than the MG4 actually, probably because they both have a very similar powered motor. There's a 126 kilowatt in the Cat and a 125 kilowatt motor in the MG4, but the MG4 is more aerodynamic and rear-wheel drive, and yeah, it's a better drive. The steering is super light, much lighter than my Leaf and a million times lighter than the Tesla Y. The turning circle on the Ora for me is normal for a front wheel drive and about the same as my Leaf. The MG4 has an amazing turning circle as its rear wheel drive, so therefore the front wheels can rotate much more without a motor getting in the way. The adaptive cruise control is very good, much better than on the MG4, and the Cat even has a really good smart cruise control. When you're in the smart cruise control, which basically double tap and look no hands, then except hands on the steering wheel every now and again obviously, it's fine for the freeways and maybe for a long straight road like this it does really well. But when it comes to, like, you know, going around those little kind of bendy roads that we have near the coast here, like half roundabouts and things like that, and also obviously roundabouts, yeah, forget about it. You need to take over. It's just too dodgy. It's not good enough for that. Oh, and that was good. That was the car itself. The car saw the island in the middle of the road and kind of swerved around it. So it does a pretty good job on the smart cruise control, but yeah, I would probably only use it for freeways. I'll turn that off now, so bang like that. Still, it's a lot of fun on the freeway when you lift your hands while the car is driving and the passengers will crap themselves. One pedal driving is one of the best things about owning an EV. Anyone in an ICE or a Gen 2 Leaf doesn't understand how brilliant it is to just use the accelerator pedal to control going forward and slowing down and stopping. One pedal. It's amazing. Tesla does this the best, and the MG4 is really close. The Ora Cat has it too. It's pretty good, but it's far less aggressive than Tesla and the MG4. I wish Ora would make the settings a bit more aggressive so it had a shorter slowing and stopping distance. The other thing I wish the Ora would improve are settings resetting back to default every time you turn the car off. How hard is it to just have one memory function? This goes for the MG4 too. Also, not only will the Ora take off one pedal mode when you turn the car off, it also resets when you change drive mode or turn on cruise control. It's only 3 clicks in the infotainment system to get one pedal mode back on again, but it's a pain. It should stay on all the time when you're driving, like a Tesla. The MG4 also resets everything when you turn the car off, but the one pedal stays on in all the driving modes except snow mode, which will probably never get used in Australia anyway. One other annoyance was the indicator stalk being a bit soft. It's very easy to play table tennis with it, where you indicate right, you try and cancel it with a short flick to then indicate left, and then the short flick to try and cancel that, and it indicates right again, then left. You get the idea. A lot of swearing ensues, in my case, at the bad cat. I checked with many others online, and most people don't have this issue. I and a few others did, including other YouTube reviewers. So maybe it's us, or maybe it's something in the factory when they're doing the stalk resistance, and it's just bad luck for some particular people. I'd love to hear your comments on this below. All EV warranty servicing is a bit of a rort. Honestly, there's bugger all to be done. But at least Ora's is reasonable at $99 per year to go along with the unlimited 7-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, 8 years on the battery. If you're a business, then it's limited to 150,000 Ks, I'm afraid. But compare that $99 bumper-to-bumper warranty to the shit show that is the BYD warranty and the rip-off that is MG's, which is $300 in year 2 and then $907 in year 4, alternating every 2 years. That's just over $1,200 in 4 years. Overall though, this car not only looks cool, has great colours and future retro styling, quality interior, drives well, it's fun, it's zippy, it gets attention, it has all the features you could ever want and maybe some you don't want, fair warranty and service costs, and anti-features which could easily be fixed by software updates. for only $40,000 or $46,000, depending which version you get, before on roads in Australia. That's pretty damn good. The Ora Sexy Funky Mostly Good, sometimes dressed up in leather and a whip cat, has personality. And personality in cars is actually rare nowadays. If you're thinking of a decent and reasonably priced EV, go take one for a test drive. It might be the perfect car for you.
Meow.